When you can't make it to City Hall or the school board meetings, local journalists from Duluth News Tribune will be there to report the facts and get your questions answered. Local news works for you. Stay up to date at DuluthNewsTribune.com.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Wednesday, August 21st. I'm Wyatt Buckner, the Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. St. Louis County controls about 900,000 acres of tax-forfeited land, but officials' hands have been tied when it comes to reselling properties for the past 1.5 years. That's about to change as the county recently embarked on its first auction of tax-forfeited property in 18 months. Parcels now up for sale include buildable lots, recreational land, and several waterfront properties, such as 3 islands on Burnside Lake. St. Louis County temporarily placed these types of transactions on hold following a Supreme Court decision that struck down a Minnesota statute governing sales of tax-forfeited properties, with justices ruling the state law was unconstitutional. In May, the Minnesota legislature amended the statute to require counties to notify the prior owner of a tax-forfeited property whenever it is sold for an amount greater than the taxpayer's debt, allowing them to lay claim to any surplus funds from the sale. St. Louis County's current auction involves properties that were forfeited before 2016, prompting county officials to claim that the new rules involving sales should not apply to this batch of transactions. However, the county plans a subsequent auction from September 19th through October 3rd, involving more recently forfeited properties subject to reimbursement requirements. Bidding for the current auction began last week and will draw to a close at 11 a.m. Thursday, August 29th. Payment in full is required to complete all sales, with 75% of the proceeds directed to the state to help offset the cost of the $109 million settlement package for the next 3 years. Marcus Schoberg, who lived in the Northland during his youth before moving away to join the U.S. Army Rangers, advanced to the final 3 contestants on ABC's The Bachelorette during Monday night's episode. His sister, Gabriella Schoberg, who according to her LinkedIn profile lives in Duluth, appeared in the episode as part of a hometown date in Tacoma, Washington. Hometown dates, a much anticipated ritual on each season of the hit reality show, typically see the lead travel to the remaining contestants' places of origin. That dynamic was complicated for Schoberg, though. In last week's episode, the son of a Carleton couple explained that he and his sister were left by their birth parents and experienced a stressful journey through the foster care system. Instead of Schoberg's adoptive parents, Tran was introduced to a couple who served as mentors and parental figures to Schoberg during his early years in the Army. While Schoberg described his longtime friends as being akin to family, he described his younger sister as, quote, the most consistent person in my life, end quote. Among 4 hometown dates in Monday's episode, Schoberg's aired last, underscoring the emotional weight of his personal journey and his relationship with Tran. At the end of the episode, Schoberg was one of 3 contestants who received roses, signifying that they will continue on to next week's Fantasy Suite dates, in which each couple typically spends a night together away from the cameras. A teaser for the show's remaining episodes saw Tran going so far as to tell Schoberg that, quote, I am in love with you, end quote, a striking declaration in a show where leads are typically advised to show restraint in using those words, lest they give false hope to contestants who will ultimately be eliminated. The next episode of The Bachelorette, in which the remaining 3 contestants will be winnowed down to 2, airs Monday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought to you by Superior Telegram's history podcast, Archive Dive.
Good Wednesday, Duluth. Mostly sunny skies today and a cool 76 degrees. A little bit of a wind off the lake depending on where you're at from the southeast, about 5 to 10. Overnight tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies with temperatures falling into the low 50s. Then on Thursday, mostly cloudy, around 75 degrees. We'll be tracking a chance for showers and a few rumbles of thunder late in the day. Some of those may linger into your Friday morning. And then temperatures level off near 80 degrees for the weekend. With higher dew points, it's going to feel stickier for the weekend. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Jesse Ritka.
Thank you to Archive Dive for their support. The monthly history podcast, hosted by Superior Telegram reporter Maria Lockwood, dips into the archives of historic events, people, and places around Superior and Douglas County. A new episode titled The Hero the Blotnick Bridge is Named For is now available at superiortelegram.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Peter Passy and Jay Gabler. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.